Imagine a fashion company that adds between 2,000 and 10,000 new styles to its app every single day. A company that can turn a new design into a finished product in as little as 25 days when traditional retailers need months. A company that went from selling wedding dresses online to becoming more profitable than H&M and Primark combined in just over a decade. This isn't the story of Zara, the once undisputed king of fast fashion. This is the story of Shein, the Chinese-founded retailer that completely reimagined how fashion gets made, marketed, and sold. In this video, we're going to uncover exactly how Shein outmaneuvered one of the world's most agile retailers, and what their dominance means for the future of fashion. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 key strategies that allowed Shein to dominate global fashion, the controversial side of their business model, and whether traditional retailers like Zara can possibly catch up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our deep dive into how modern businesses actually work. To understand how Shein won, we first need to understand what made Zara so successful in the first place. Zara revolutionized fashion by shortening the traditional 6-month design to store cycle to just a few weeks. Their secret? Vertical integration, limited production runs, and incredible responsiveness to store-level trends. But Shein took this several steps further. While Zara made fashion faster, Shein made it instantaneous. While Zara responded to what was selling in stores, Shein responded to what people were clicking on, searching for, and lingering over in their app. Shein fundamentally reimagined fashion from a supply-driven model to what they call a demand-driven model. Here's the crucial difference. Traditional retailers like Zara predict what will sell and produce accordingly. Shein tests what will sell and then produces exactly that. It's the difference between forecasting the weather and actually controlling it. This shift is why Shein can offer over 600,000 items at any given time, dwarfing Zara's inventory. But the most stunning part? Shein does all this while maintaining prices that are significantly lower than Zara's. The average Shein item costs just £7.90. So how do they actually pull this off? The answer lies in their data-driven design process, which we're breaking down next. At the heart of Shein's operation is what I call their data-driven design machine. While traditional retailers employ teams of trend forecasters and designers who decide what comes next, Shein lets the data do the deciding. Shein uses advanced analytics and AI to monitor customer behavior in real time, tracking everything from app searches and browsing patterns to social media trends and purchasing history. This isn't just looking at what sells. It's analyzing every digital interaction to identify emerging fashion trends, sometimes before consumers even know what they want. Once trends are identified, Shein's design teams work rapidly, creating product samples within days rather than weeks. But here's where their genius really kicks in. Instead of mass-producing these designs, they start with incredibly small batches, just 100 to 200 pieces of any product at initial launch. These tiny initial runs act as live market testing on an unprecedented scale. Sales data is analyzed in real time, and if a product performs well, automated systems immediately place larger orders. If demand is low, production is stopped immediately. This approach minimizes waste and financial risk while ensuring that nearly every item produced has proven demand. The results are staggering. In 2020 alone, Shein introduced 150,000 new items, more than Zara's entire annual volume in just 1 to 2 months. But all this data and design would mean nothing without an equally revolutionary supply chain. And what we discovered about Shein's manufacturing network might shock you. While Zara built its advantage through vertical integration and in-house manufacturing, Shein took the opposite approach, building a digital ecosystem connecting thousands of small garment factories. Today, Shein works with approximately 6,000 supplier partners, but coordinates them with military precision through proprietary digital systems. Shein provides suppliers with their suite of supply chain technology solutions, giving them real-time insight into capacity, inventory levels, and other critical information that helps them make better manufacturing decisions. In some cases, Shein even invests in suppliers' technology to make them compatible with their digital model. The benefits for suppliers are significant. Shein promises to pay all suppliers within 30 days, some even on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, compared with an industry average of around 90 days. This reliable cash flow makes Shein an attractive partner despite the pressure of rapid production cycles. According to industry analysts at BCG, Shein represents what they call the on-demand digital direct-to-consumer archetype, using digital prowess to enable a highly demand-responsive, small order divided by fast replenishment supply chain solution. This system is the key to Shein's ability to perfectly match demand with supply, reducing costs at multiple levels and driving down prices for consumers. But here's what most people miss. Shein isn't just using this supply chain for themselves anymore. Recent reports indicate they're planning to offer their small batch, on-demand manufacturing model as a service to other fashion retailers. This could transform Shein from a controversial retailer into the underlying infrastructure for much of the fast fashion industry. While Zara built its brand through prime retail locations and minimalist store designs, Shein took a completely different path, building an empire without a single permanent physical store. Instead, they mastered the art of digital-first, viral marketing, and the results have been staggering. Shein's secret weapon? Micro-influencers. Rather than focusing exclusively on celebrity endorsements, Shein primarily partners with individuals with modest followings on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. In exchange for their posts, these influencers receive complimentary product deliveries each month, and some earn 10-20% commission from referral sales, well above average affiliate rates. But the genius doesn't stop there. Shein's app uses sophisticated gamification strategies to boost customer engagement. Users get points and discounts for logging in daily, sharing purchases on social media, and referring friends. As one expert explained, this encourages users to repeat these behaviors to earn more rewards, and as a result, they keep coming back, engaging with the app, and making purchases. Shein has also mastered what's known as hunger marketing, using flash sales, limited time discounts, and countdown timers to create urgency and scarcity. The constant rotation of products, with thousands of new items added daily, creates what one industry analyst called the fear of missing out on the next big trend. The data speaks for itself. Shein has become particularly dominant among Gen Z women in the United States and Europe. During the pandemic, when online shopping surged, Shein's sales exploded as they capitalized on both increased demand and brilliant TikTok marketing. But this marketing machine has faced serious criticism. Some analysts have suspected Shein of utilizing a network of fake accounts featuring identical or AI-generated content to boost its online presence. These accounts often post repetitive promotional messages and defend the brand against criticism using emotionally charged language. The result of all these strategies? Shein has transformed from a little-known company just a few years ago into one of the world's biggest clothing firms, with global sales estimated to have reached $36.9 billion last year. But this incredible success story has a dark side that's increasingly difficult to ignore. Shein's rise hasn't been without serious controversy. As the company explores a stock market listing in London, it remains dogged by allegations regarding its environmental impact and working practices, including claims of forced labor in its supply chain. Investigations have revealed troubling labor practices within Shein's supply chain. A Channel 4 documentary exposed that workers were paid just £0.03 per item, worked 16+ hours daily, and had only 1 or no days off per month. A separate BBC investigation found employees working 75-hour weeks, violating Chinese labor laws. The environmental concerns are equally alarming. Shein's 2024 sustainability report shows a sharp rise in its carbon footprint, with supply chain emissions reaching 11.2 million metric tons of CO2 equivalent, a 9.7% increase from 2023. Transport emissions rose by 13.7% to 8.5 million metric tons, due in part to Shein's heavy use of air freight over sea shipping. Shein has responded to these criticisms with various initiatives. They point to their supplier code of conduct, which prohibits forced labor and child labor, and their program of conducting audits on suppliers. In 2024 alone, they conducted 4,288 on-site audits on suppliers and subcontractors. The company has also launched a resale platform and set emissions reduction targets, but critics argue these measures don't go far enough. As one industry expert noted, Shein could pay suppliers more, which would give them more leeway to pay workers better. The supplier doesn't get paid an awful lot of the final price of the garment, and you could raise their pay and it would make a minimal amount of difference to the garment price. Governments are taking notice. France has passed legislation targeting ultra-fast fashion, with brands like Shein facing a tax of up to €5 per item sold starting in 2025, rising to €10 by 2030. Meanwhile, The European Consumer Organization has accused Shein of using dark patterns such as fake countdowns and low stock alerts to pressure consumers into buying. Despite these controversies, many shoppers continue to choose Shein. As one 21-year-old customer explained, "I'm happy to talk about the fact I shop at Shein because I know I'm not the only one." She adds that everywhere else is way too expensive. This tension between affordability and ethics represents perhaps the central challenge of modern fashion. As Shein faces increasing regulatory pressure and competition, the question becomes, can anyone catch Shein? And perhaps more importantly, what does Shein's dominance mean for the future of fashion? Competitors are adapting in different ways. Temu has differentiated itself through logistics, cost optimization, combining lightweight and heavyweight goods to maximize cargo space and reduce freight costs. Zara continues to leverage its more controlled environment, where most production is housed close to its Spanish headquarters, allowing for quality control and faster shipping within Europe. Geopolitical tensions represent a significant challenge. The potential removal of the U.S. de minimis exemption, which allows shipments under $800 to enter duty-free, could disrupt Shein's business model. This policy has been crucial to Shein's ability to ship low-cost products directly from China to American consumers. Shein isn't standing still. The company is expanding production to India and pursuing a public listing in Hong Kong after failed attempts in New York and London. They're also evolving beyond fast fashion into a broader retail platform with marketplaces, services for sellers, and potentially supply chain services for other brands. Long-term, the industry faces fundamental questions. As younger consumers become more aware of environmental and labor issues, will Shein's model remain sustainable? One fashion academic noted that while Gen Z often says sustainability and ethics are important to them, this doesn't necessarily come through in their buying choices, especially when they don't have much disposable cash. What's clear is that Shein has permanently changed consumer expectations around fashion: endless variety, immediate trend response, and rock-bottom prices. The genie is out of the bottle, and the entire industry must adapt. So what's the ultimate takeaway from Shein's incredible rise? 3 key lessons. First, digital transformation can rewrite the rules of even the most established industries. Second, understanding customer data provides unprecedented advantages. And third, business model innovation can defeat even the most efficient, traditional operation. Shein's story is about more than just fashion. It's a case study in how digital connectivity, data analytics, and reimagined supply chains can combine to disrupt global industries. Whether you love them or hate them, Shein represents a new paradigm in retail, one that balances incredible efficiency with serious ethical questions. The revolution that began with Zara making fashion faster has accelerated with Shein making it nearly instantaneous. The question now is, what comes next? And whether the industry can find a balance between affordability, speed, and responsibility. What do you think about Shein's business model? Is this the future of fashion? Or will consumers eventually reject ultra-fast fashion? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next analysis. Thanks for watching. And remember, understanding how modern businesses work helps us make better choices as both consumers and citizens.